We're in the village of Kamanimbi, and this is perhaps the most unusual situation we've had. Typically we go into a village and there's one healer, and in Papua New Guinea what we found is in each village there could be 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 or 5 healers. There are people from all over the village who have lined up the plants that they use for medicine. All of these plants are very important to this village and they're very vital to their health care. Does each person sort of treat themselves?
Each person treats themselves.
Every person treats themselves, so very interesting. Medicine often comes from animals, and you don't hear that a lot. Most people think that it comes from just plants, but a lot of the insects, sea creatures, to all land animals, we also have medicine that is derived from those. And this is a prime example. When I first saw this plant, it had a bunch of ants, and I thought, oh no, there's a bunch of ants on the plants. They've sort of been invaded. But they use the ants, they don't use the plants. They actually use the ants for their medicine. And they use this for like a cough and a runny nose. He is going to show us how it works. You basically collect the ants in your hand. And you can see, and then he takes them and rubs them together. In the process, it's killing the ants, and it emits a smell. Like a lot of ants, sort of, they get rid of formic acid. Yeah, it's very strong, but it sort of opens you up, doesn't it? Make sure there's no ants up my nose. But yeah, it's a strong smell, but it works to help with the cough and with the runny nose. And you do that just once a day or several times a day if you need it?
Several times.
Several times a day. And how did you learn about this? Who taught you this?
From my ancestors.
Your ancestors. Wow. Do you use that for anything else other than cough and runny nose, the ants?
We eat them.
You eat them?
Yeah. The bigger ones.
The bigger ones. Do you really?
Yeah, we really eat these ones with...
like this one?
This one's not much.
Not much.
But
you want something like with protein.
These ones we call them the mother ones.
Look at this.
We eat them. When we get sick or fever or something, we eat.
When you get sick, or you eat these just like plain, or do you cook them, or
Cook them.
you cook them over a fire?
Over fire.
And do these ants, are they found particularly on this plant, or are they found all over?
All over. Around this place.
Wow, that is really, really interesting. That might be one of the coolest stories I've seen in a long time. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Thanks.